Greetings to all who love thrilling movies. Today we present the film Terminal Island, directed by Stephanie Rothman in 1973. The beginning of the film shows journalists inspecting footage shot on the streets related to the prison island. 3 years ago, the death penalty for first-degree murder was replaced with exile. Currently, criminals are sent to San Bernardino Island, better known as Prison Island. Escape from the island is impossible due to the surrounding minefields. The only small passage for boats is controlled by a military destroyer. The journalists are about to shoot a new film in which they intend to show the newly arrived inmates on the island. Here is Bobby, who was involved in a $2 million robbery. Phillips blew up a bank that refused to transfer the money in her name. And here's Eddie Collins, who killed a policeman. Bunny Campbell took the lives of her parents. Joylyn poisoned her husband. And Dr. Norman Milford is a serial killer. And here's the latest candidate for settlement, Carmen Sims. The television crew is pleased. They have excellent material. Carmen Sims is brought to the island. A police officer reads her rights and disembarks the woman on the island. The first thing she sees in the coastal waters is the bodies of deceased prisoners. The woman sets up camp, unaware that a man on the cliff is watching her. She tries to start a fire, but fails. Suddenly, the stranger descends to the shore. He offers Carmen local tobacco, but she refuses. Here's Dr. Milford. He informs her that the others are nearby, and their number now amounts to about 40 people. Carmen asks how many women are on the island, but the man replies that he would like to have more. In general, except for him, everyone on this island is a murderer, and he claims to be innocent. Carmen smiles, showing her understanding. Oh, of course. The doctor leaves, and Carmen stays overnight on the shore. In the morning, she heads to the prisoners' camp. At that time, Bobby, who took charge of the camp, comes out of his cabin with his loyal assistant Mank. She boldly enters the camp and sees many men and only 3 women. Carmen tries to strike up a conversation with Bobby's assistant, but he intends to show immediately who is the boss here. The newcomer shouts, but no one comes to her aid. Even the women silently retreat to their cabins. In the evening, the camp residents find Carmen sleeping on their mattress. After a scuffle, she plans to leave, but no one lets her go. The women explain that they are the most valuable commodity here and are not released anywhere. Carmen doesn't like this at all, and she intends to change the existing system. However, in the morning, she has to start working. Together with the others, she tills the soil for a future garden. After hard work, Carmen asks if anyone has resisted Bobby and his gang. She is told that some have escaped, but there are no guarantees that they are better off. Occasionally, fights break out between the men, but Bobby and Mank brutally suppress them. Throughout the day, the women engage in constructing a warehouse. Carmen washes her bloody hands and the doctor tries to help her. However, the overseer drives him away. In the evening, the women prepare themselves, but Mank enters and announces that they have a night shift except for Bunny, who belongs to Bobby and serves only him. In the morning, the women distribute food to the men and watch as a fight breaks out, after which the deceased is simply thrown off the cliff. These are burial rites according to local customs. After lunch, the women's brigade, escorted by several prisoners, goes to the stream. They need to wash their clothes. Suddenly, escaped prisoners attack them. These are the ones who refuse to live under Bobby's rule. Overpowering the guards, they take the women with them. Bobby is furious and orders to find and bring back the women. In the evening, the group sits by the campfire. They eat the game they caught and imagine Bobby's frantic search. Gradually, among the new acquaintances, couples begin to form, each by their own choice. However, no one shows any sympathy towards Teller, and he doesn't like it. He starts a fight, but the others quickly calm him down. There will be no violence here. In the morning, the group gathers and continues their journey. After all, they change their location every morning. Girls don't like it. On the bank of the stream, Lee discovers saltpeter. By adding sulfur and chalk to the resulting mixture, they create black powder that can be used to make grenades. Pocket presents Teddy with poisonous herbs from which curare, a toxic substance, can be extracted. This knowledge was passed down to her by her grandmother, who was a big fan of magic. Bobby orders a thorough search of every corner of the island to find the escapees. In the morning, the camp is attacked by men belonging to Bobby. A brutal fight breaks out, and some people die. Cornell stays behind to give the others a chance to escape and engages in a fight with Mank. The rest flee. One of the men gets injured. To save him, Eddie goes to get the doctor and brings him to their camp. Unfortunately, the doctor is no longer able to provide assistance. In the morning, the group discusses their situation. They can no longer keep wandering around the island. They need to get rid of Bobby and his gang. Moreover, Lee starts making grenades. At the same time, Pocket prepares poison. They hold funeral for the deceased. The doctor decides to join the new group. Meanwhile, in Bobby's camp, one of the prisoners assembles a primitive radio. The leader tunes it to the right frequency, and they learn that a boat with supplies will arrive in the morning. The men grind the ingredients for the powder under Lee's supervision. She's glad that everything is going smoothly. Now they have real grenades in their flasks. They just need to light the fuse before throwing them. Meanwhile, Bunny goes to the waterfall. There, she is discovered by Bobby's men. Her friends chase after Bunny and see her being tied to the stakes on the beach. Then Bobby starts beating her with a belt. The women try to help, but they realize they can't handle the bandits. Suddenly, Bobby notices a police boat. He and his friends hide among the rocks. The arriving police officers unload boxes of supplies onto the shore. One of the police officers can't resist and rushes to help the injured woman. At the same time, one of the prisoners swims towards the boat. He kills the remaining police officer and, seizing his rifle, opens fire on the people on the shore. The bandits, emerging from the ambush, arm themselves. Leaving one gang member to watch the boat, the rest go to the camp. The friends contemplate how to capture the weapons and decide that the best way is to approach by water. One of them dives into the ocean, swims to the boat, and shoots the guard with a blowgun. The bandit falls. The friends acquire a pistol and a boat, from which they siphon fuel. At that moment, the doctor notices Bonnie and rushes to her aid. In the camp, Bobby accuses Mank of cowardice, and Mank tries to defend himself. How many necessary people have already died? By the campfire at night, the doctor reveals that he was convicted for disconnecting a patient from life support when the person was already dead. He doesn't want to return to a place where everyone betrayed him. In the morning, the people head towards Bobby's camp but find it empty. After devising a plan of action, everyone disperses to their assigned positions. The women prepare canisters of gasoline. When the time comes, Bonnie must sneak into the warehouse with the canisters and set it on fire. The others prepare for the attack. The restroom with one of the bandits inside explodes first. Panic ensues at the camp. No one can understand what is happening. Bobby and Mank open fire with the captured weapons. During the shootout, Carnell is killed. Bobby continues to fire from inside the warehouse, taking cover. Suddenly, Lee grabs a grenade and dashes towards the bunker. An explosion is heard, but Bobby survives and shoots the woman in the back. Injured Mank reaches Bobby's bunker and asks him to open the door. Now they shoot together, defending themselves. Mank is upset because Bobby is using too many bullets. Joy makes gestures to Bonnie, but she panics and cannot remember what she's supposed to do. She rushes to help the wounded person, but gets shot herself. Then the doctor rushes to her. He shelters her in a safe place. Then he runs to the pipes and pours fuel into the drain, igniting it. Bobby realizes the smell of gasoline too late. An explosion destroys the bunker, and a burning Bobby emerges from it. Furious Eddie sees Mank and intends to shoot him, but he hesitates due to the explosion. The man is burned and blinded. It's all over. Peace and tranquility settle in the camp. Cabins are being rebuilt, and people engage in daily activities. Even the blinded Mank is given the task of carrying water. The doctor and Bonnie walk to the shore where new people have arrived. The police request to invite Dr. Milford. He is awaiting a new trial on the mainland, but the doctor says that Milford is dead. He doesn't want to return because now the island is his home. A new woman appeared on the shore, welcoming everyone. Welcome to Prison Island. This is one of the many films from the Women in Prison series, which were popular in the 70s when the theme of women's struggle for their rights was highly relevant in the USA. In such films, all the inmates were invariably beauties. As a rule, they were wrongly convicted and achieved justice and true love in the end. Friends, thank you for watching. Share your thoughts about the film in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.